Have you ever taken something personally, something that someone else said or did, and you were just like, man, that was a personal affront? If that's the case, you are so not alone. In fact, just the other day, I took something personally. And just because I teach or coach and speak about this very topic about bouncing back from adversities, because this is a micro adversity, doesn't mean I'm immune. I still experience it. But the difference is that I have an awareness and a mindset and skills in order to recover swiftly. So I ain't holding on to all that baggage as I move through my days, my weeks, my months, and my years. And I wish the same for you. My name is Tina Dodds, and I'm a coach, speaker, and self-care crusader who helps working moms prevent burnout because too many are taking better care of everyone else, struggling to prioritize their time, and are overwhelmed by the weight of their responsibilities. So I help them to connect to what matters most, to prioritize their time, and to really live not only sustainable lives, but lives that are fulfilling and joyful, and lives that optimize their well-being. I'm here today because I want to share a story. These days and these times, there's so much going on, and our resilience is such an important asset. Now, on the spectrum of resilience, we can have low resilience, we can have like sky high resilience. And the very cool thing about resilience is that it can grow and grow and grow. There ain't no cap on how resilient you can be or that you can get. And so I want to share about resilience so that you can experience more of what you're wanting in your life by acquiring particular skills, because resilience is something, again, that anyone can grow stronger in. So let me share with you a little bit of a story. The other day, my son and I are out walking, and he's engaging in this behavior that just frustrated the crap out of me. And it was a behavior that was disruptive. So it was not only frustrating me and disruptive to me, but also just disruptive in the community as well, because we're walking about in public. And so I had to connect with him multiple times about this behavior. And on the third time that I had to connect with him, he blew up, right? And then I kind of came, like I came back at him because I was so frustrated. And by the way, I just want to share. I was so frustrated because I was tired because I hadn't had a lot of sleep. There was a lot of things going on in my work life. And also there's a lot going on in the world. So all of us are experiencing it in a place where we ain't never been before, ever, right? Dealing with all kinds of different adversities. So taking things personally was just an additional piece here. So I kind of came at him because, again, I was frustrated and tired, and sometimes we act in ways that are not reasonable or really the way that we intend. It just kind of comes out. So that's what happened. And we were able to recover from that. What was almost like a 5-minute, what felt like an argument, really. Within another 5 minutes, repair the situation and move on with our day. Let me tell you how we did it. First, I slowed down. So when I was frustrated, I was noticing, right, that my response was not super reasonable. Like, I took his behavior so super personally. And I was aware of that. I was very aware. It didn't lessen my frustration for sure, but I was aware. So I could do something about it. When we're aware, we can actually do something about what's happening. So I slowed down, and then I inquired within, kind of checked in with myself. What is happening here? what about his behavior is really activating me? Like, and how am I feeling about that? And what I zeroed in on was I felt disrespected. I felt like he was purposefully disrespecting me. And the third thing here is getting curious about the other person, like the people that you're engaging with, that you're feeling like they're doing something to you that's personal, and checking in with them. So that's what I did. I checked in with him. I was like, okay, what is happening? Why are you behaving in this way? Why are you struggling to, manage this behavior? What's going on? And what do you mean? Like, this is how I'm feeling about this. Was that your intention? What are you really wanting to happen here? And again, checking in with myself. What do I want to happen? And so by doing that, by getting clear with myself, by getting clear with him, by gathering more information, more facts, why was he struggling? What about it was hard for him? Then I could create a clear picture. And then we could connect, right? More clearly. And we can connect around truths and not just crap I was making up in my head, right? We're meaning-making creatures. And so we'll take information that we're receiving, we're processing it, right, through our own filter, and then we'll make some kind of sense of it. Our brain just naturally does it. It wants to make meaning and sense of something. But if we're making stories, right, if we're creating a picture without all the facts, without the truths, then we're creating some picture that's not rooted in truth. We're like making stuff up, making up stories, which can lead to ultimately our suffering. Whether it be for half an hour, like we're just pissed for half an hour, or the whole day, it could derail us. Or maybe it's a week or a month or maybe even years if we really wanted to scale this out. And we don't have to suffer in that way if we can just slow down and get clear. So again, 3 things, right? Slowing down, getting curious, checking in with yourself, getting clear about what about the situation is bringing up the feelings that you're having about it. What's feeling hard about it? And then checking in with the other person. Like, what's up? What do you mean by this? What do you, why are you behaving in this way? Or getting curious about it. And then arriving at a more truthful picture of what's happening. So we were able to repair. I apologize for accusing him of disrespecting me because it's not actually what his intention was, right? He apologized for misbehaving or struggling to manage a particular behavior of his. It wasn't his intention to upset me. And then we can kind of move on with the rest of our day, which was awesome, And it's like hygiene, right? You just clear all that stuff up. You kind of get rid of the untruths. You get rid of the story that you're making about it and get down to what's real and what's true. And then you can take action accordingly, which leaves so much more room for you to create more of what you're wanting in your life, in your days, right? You can remove the sucks. So for me, that was a big suck. But once I got right with that, I could release it. I could let it go and move on and experience more of what I wanted in my day. And that's what I want for you. And that's why I'm hopping in here talking about resilience, because I want that for you to be moving through, especially right now, with as little suffering as possible. And these little, what you could call micro adversities in the grand scheme of all the other adversities that we're experiencing, sheltering in place, trying to stay healthy, right, amidst this coronavirus. And also, looking at social injustices and showing up for people, for the people in our community in powerful ways. And these little micro adversities, and when we show up for ourselves and can be really clear about that, we can show up in bigger ways for the world. We can support the change we wish to see in the world. That's big stuff. That's ripple right there, right? Start small, start locally, and then grow out from there and be able to create global change. All right, if you are interested in hearing more about acquiring skills in resilience, then stay tuned, because I'm going to be hopping in here and talking about this. There's lots of different thinking traps and skill sets that you can acquire in order to, again, experience more of what you're wanting in your days and to create and be the change you wish to see in the world. Looking forward to seeing you for some of that, all of it, if you're down for it.